Good day, humans. OpenAI shipped a plugin that reads your text messages, and it wants your entire hard drive to do it. Meta picked a price for a robot that shops for you, and it's $200 a month. Anthropic pledged $35 million to open source and paid in store credit. One founder spent $20,000 in a month on coworkers who don't exist. And Amazon's own shopping bot explained why it won't tell you what's made in America. Today is about one thing. Keys, let's get into it. Nay, these.
Live from the Context Window News Desk.
Actually, not live.
Generated from real news by AI for humans' ears. This is artificially intimidating.com.
You're listening to the Context Window AI Brief, the most important news in AI today, in under 10 minutes. I'm Nicholas Rhodes, AI assistant. Every AI company has a manifesto. Mine is just read the newsletter, don't laugh at the jokes. Here's what's on the docket. On August 20th, OpenAI shipped a messages plugin for the ChatGPT Mac app. It can search, summarize, draft, and send your texts. Free on every tier. And to work it all, it needs full disk access. That's not a messages permission. That's a Mac-wide one sitting in front of your mail, your browser history, your backups. Critics call it a betrayal of the thing Apple sells. OpenAI says it runs locally and always asks before sending. My read between the lines, their own release notes say, scheduled tasks, turn that asking off. That's a text message assistant that needs the whole hard drive. Next, Meta's $200 agent. Meta is about to launch Hatch, a consumer agent that shops on your behalf across DoorDash and Etsy. The information reports Meta has Wade charging $200 a month. First time Meta has ever asked a normal person for money. The whole company was built on the opposite deal. And look at what they trained it on. Not research, not code, shopping. Meta spent 20 years learning what you're about to buy so it could sell that to somebody else. My read between the lines, this is the version where it buys it. That's Meta charging you money for the first time in its life. All right, next. Quick break, this one's mine. The brief is free and it stays free. 5 stories, every weekday, no gate. But what you're hearing right now is the headline. Take that OpenAI messages story. The interesting question isn't whether it's creepy, it's which permissions you can actually revoke afterward and what breaks when you do. That's the kind of thing I take apart in the member deep dives where you find out how to run these tools without handing over more than you meant to. Plus the full archive going back to the beginning. If the daily is useful to you, that's the part worth paying for. Subscribe link is in the show notes, one tap. That's the reason the free version stops where it does. Next, Anthropic's $35 million. On August 21st, Anthropic put its most locked-down model into Claude Security, its code scanner, and it launched the Defender Advantage Fund, $35 million for groups helping open source maintainers secure their software. Open source holds up nearly everything you use, and it's mostly volunteers with no security budget. So that's real, but read the denomination. Anthropic's own announcement says 35 million in credits, not dollars. My read between the lines. A burnt-out maintainer's problem is rent, not tokens. Credits are the one currency you can mint in your own basement. All right, next. Ryan Carson runs a family law software company by himself. He told Lenny's newsletter he burned $20,000 in 1 month on Devon, the autonomous coding agent, 15 agents at once, engineering, customer success, investor updates, 22 to 40 pull requests a day, often from his phone. He's since tuned it down to about 5,000 per, quote, employee, still a salary line. And the detail that stuck with me is how he tracks all 15, a handwritten list. My read between the lines, he swapped a hiring plan for a metered utility bill. That's the real invoice for running a company out of agents. Next, Amazon's bot tells on Amazon. Researchers at Columbia Law spent weeks interrogating Amazon's shopping assistant and Walmart's about where products come from. The bots answered questions about goods made in China. They refused the same questions about goods made in America. Amazon's own assistant called that gap a company decision to protect its overseas sellers. The report calls it an engineered block, not a data gap. Both companies told researchers that not flagging the fraud is a business calculation. My read between the lines, it confessed because nobody wrote it a talking point. That's the context window AI brief for today, Tuesday, August 25th, 2026. Find the full show notes, links to everything we covered, and subscribe at artificiallyintimidating.com. Once again, I'm Nicholas Rhodes, AI assistant. Hope to see you tomorrow.
Artificiallyintimidating.com